Why is this important to know? Now, in getting a chance to size up who you're speaking to, you have to understand this. People do business with people that they like, and people like people that are like themselves. Let me say this again for your notes. It's something you want to write down. People do business with people that they like, and people like people that are like themselves. Now think about it for a second. How many of you guys have ever walked into a store, maybe a department store or something, and you intended on buying something, and you walk in and you just didn't like the salesperson, so you ended up not buying anything? How many of you guys walked into a store really not intending to buy anything at all, walking in, but you just loved the salesperson that was there and you walked out with a bunch of stuff?
Yep.
This is one of those things where, man, I don't know what it is, but I just like this person.
So in speaking someone's language, one of the things that's very interesting is that most people communicate with people as their predominant color. So if I'm red, I'm typically communicating to someone as a red. But if I'm speaking to a yellow, not only am I not catching them, I'm offending them. Like, this person's greedy. All they care about is money. Do you guys see this? A lot of you have heard this training before, so you're like, oh, I've heard this before, and you stopped taking notes a while ago. Here's what I want you to understand. This doesn't stop on the recruiting process. This is for the rest of your life in communicating with people. How many of you guys have read The 5 Love Languages? If you haven't, go buy the book. Whether you're in a relationship or not, buy the book. I mean, I'll tell you, it has to do with people. Now, let's say if Joe's a red, what are some of the things I would focus on if I was introducing him to the business? Money. What would I show him? Compensation plan. Yes, but what I want you to understand, reds don't care about the compensation plan, the PDF. Some of you think that's what they want. No, that's what a green would want. The green wants the PDF. What does the red? Show me the... So what would you do? Paychecks. Put them on the phone with somebody making a lot of money. If you don't do that, it doesn't matter. They don't care. I can tell you there are people in this room. I know Dan, that was the thing. He talked to Ryan. Ryan was like, I made 10 grand. He's like, that was enough. Now, what's weird is Dan is red, and then his second predominant color is green. People say, how do I know that? I knew that the moment I met him. So when he came to the information, I knew he wanted the details. I knew it was probably going to take him a little while to make a decision. Why? Because I know these things. And so what did I do? I overwhelmed him with details, more than he could handle. He's like, well, I guess they're not hiding anything. So reaching people where they are. But it doesn't stop there. Some people, they use this to introduce somebody to the business, and then they forget their color once they join. So like maybe I'm really yellow, and I know that Dan is red, so I'm talking to him about the money. I'm talking about the details, and then Dan joins, and I'm like, listen, we're going to make a difference. He's like, I don't care. Do you guys get that? For the rest of your life, you're going to be communicating with that person with what's important to them. The easiest way to understand this is like, well, you're trying to make yourself into something you're not. No, I'm trying to speak their language, so that way I can actually get connected with them. That would be the same as if Joe speaks Spanish and I speak English, and I'm trying to talk to him in English and he speaks Spanish, and he's like, I don't understand what you're saying. And if I keep talking to him in English and he keeps saying, this doesn't make sense, we are probably going to get into arguments.
We're offended.
In different languages. And then he's probably going to come to the conclusion that that guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
So here's the thing. When I'm meeting somebody for the first time, I'm instantly sizing up, what's this person's dominant color? What language I need to be speaking? And a lot of it's through asking questions, right? Finding out. Also, another thing I want to do, if I can have Andrew come up here real quick, I want to do something. Hey, man, how's it going? Good to see you. So right here, this handshake, I want to share with you guys. How many of you guys have ever shook somebody's hand and they shake your hand and they have that really dominant, like they turn your hand over and like firm handshake grip? That's somebody right there that needs to be challenged as well. I know the second somebody shakes my hand and they have my hand turned over and they're giving me the grip of death, I know that's a person that is a dominant personality. He's a dominant personality type, and this is somebody who's going to respond well to being challenged. How many of you guys have ever had that handshake where it's like, they give you like the limp fish, palm up, and it's just like, oh no, like this is awkward, right? This is somebody who's not a dominant personality at all, and this person needs to feel supported. This person needs to feel like you have their back and you're going to be there for him, right? Andrew, the way he shook my hand right now was firm, he had his own hand firm, not gripping my hand too hard, and it was straight up and down. This is a good team player who will be a great person to go out there and be partnered up with. So the second I meet somebody, I'm shaking their hand, collecting information. Automatically I know, is this person dominant? Is this person more passive? Does he need to feel like, if I'm talking to somebody who's more dominant, I can say, hey man, we got kids in this thing that are just coming in and getting to $4 or $5 grand a month here in their first couple months. Man, a stud like you'd probably kill it. Versus if I meet somebody who needs to feel more support, I'm saying, listen, the great thing about this is we have so many people that actually get paid to teach you and that'll have your back and be there every step of the way with you. Speaking their language, if I know if they're a red, blue, green, automatically. You guys ever see Terminator? Yes. Right? When he like identifies a suspect and it's like, and there's like a little hat thing and he's like 5'7", carrying a gun. Like he has like all this information the second he looks at somebody. Right? You're like a Terminator on the inside. This person, red, blue, green, what are they here? Shanna, are they dominant, supportive? What do I need to do? Boom, boom, boom. And all of this happens in an instant the second I start having a conversation with somebody. Now, on the outside, right? On the outside, you don't want to be like the Terminator, right? Terminator is very like, you know, you're come with me if you want to live. I mean, that's a little weird, you know what I mean? You want to be more like James Bond on the outside, right? James Bond is so fitting for being a secret agent. He's calm, cool, collected. He likes his martinis?
Shaken.
Not stirred. Right? He's relaxed. I call it relaxed intensity.
He'll come in, dance with the girl, go take the information, dance with her, dip her, and be out. People are like, what happened? What?
He's smooth.
Mission accomplished.
Right?
And you didn't even know it happened.
Oh yeah, so he's relaxed. So on the inside, I'm the Terminator, identifying red, blue, green, dominant, supportive, what I need to do here. And I can have all of this, and I'm